تفضل. أبشر بالاتصال إن شاء الله. إذا لم يكن حرج. It's not a burden. طيب. طيب. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. Before we get started with tonight's questions, may Allah make it easy for us to answer them. Take a few questions from the other night. I was sent by a disciple. A live chat. Brother sent me, what's that? It says here, first question, initials KWM. Assalamu alaikum. If a part of the criteria for a woman to make Hajj Umrah is a mahram, is there any reason why the Saudi Arabian government allows women to enter at the age of 45 without a mahram? Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I can't speak on the policy of Saudi Arabia. You would have to ask someone of knowledge and someone who determines policy in that country. One of those ulama, fuqaha, who give the fatwa on the board of the council, Hajj, Umrah, etc. I can't speak on why a country does something. Everybody understand this? Perhaps the sister is asking about if it's haram for a woman to travel without a mahram, is there a difference between a woman who's older? Or is there a difference of opinion among the fuqaha? Perhaps Saudi Arabia is a land well-known, renowned for ulama, kibar. Is there something that we're missing out, something that we're not understanding in America, etc.? We say first and foremost is the Prophet ﷺ, he told us in many ahadith, narrated by Abdullah ibn Abbas and Sahihain, he says, لا يخلون رجل بامرأة إلا ومعها ذو محرم أو إلا مع ذي محرم في ألفاظ في روايات. The narration says that a man should not seclude himself with a woman unless there's a mahram with the two. ولا تسافر المرأة إلا مع ذي محرم أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. And a woman should not travel unless there is a mahram. A man stood up and he said, يا رسول الله إن امرأتي قد خرجت حاجة وإني اكتتبت في غزوة كذا وكذا. He says, my wife went to make Hajj and I've been assigned, I've been enlisted in this battle with the Muslims, in this army, so on and so forth. Should I make Hajj? What should I do? The Prophet ﷺ says, Hujj ma'a imra'atik. Or kama qala alayhi sallam, say, make Hajj with your wife. Leave off jihad to accompany your wife to make Hajj. Everybody understand this? And this hadith is in the Sahihain. And there are other narrations as well in Sahih Muslim, reported by other companions, let alone outside of the Sahihain, regarding the Prophet ﷺ prohibiting a woman from traveling unless there's a mahram. Whether the hadith says 3 nights, 3 days, a day and a night, al-muhim. Everybody clear on this? Let's keep things brief. So the Prophet ﷺ, he prohibited a woman from traveling without a mahram. He didn't specify, he didn't make anything restricted, so on and so forth. Don't travel unless you have a mahram. He didn't say 45, 30, 45 but you look 30. Everybody understand this? 30 but you look 45. 60. This is reality. This is a reality. Okay? 60 years old. You're older. Some 60-year-old women look like they're 40. If not younger than that. This is a reality. GNA, deans, races. It's known. Some women age like this. Other women age what? Like that. The Prophet, he didn't specify. He didn't specify. And perhaps from the wisdom of him not specifying are all of these different things that can come up. I'm 60 years old, but don't look 60. So if you say it's permissible for a woman who's older to travel without a mahram, it's no fitna, no one is in, but what if she looks what? Then what? So the wisdom of the Prophet was concrete, solid. Don't travel unless you have a what? Mahram. Everybody understand this? So this is the sunnah of the Prophet. This is also the madhab of the Jamahir Ahl al-Ilm. Most of the ulama, from the Salaf and the Khalaf, from the old and the past. A woman is not to travel unless there's a mahram, except in a state of durura, extreme necessity, except necessity. And some of the people of knowledge, they say, from that necessity, is if a woman lives in Dar al-Kufr, and she wishes to make hijrah to Darul Islam. Everybody understand this? Necessity. Other ulama, small number of them, they say that a woman is allowed to travel without a mahram in certain conditions. One condition is if she's with a group of trustworthy women. Other ulama say she's allowed to travel if the road is safe. If the road is what? If the road is safe. It's not something that you fear and you dread, someone doing something to her, etc. Everybody understand this? Everybody clear on this? So those ulama or the Hajj Council in Saudi Arabia, maybe because she's 45, Allahu Alam, I don't know. But that's the ruling of a woman traveling without a what? Without a mahram. In my personal opinion, 45 is not an age in which makes a difference. A woman could be, she's still young, 45. That's not old. Everybody understand this? In most cases, she still has a menstrual cycle. She's either married, been married, or hopes to get married at that age. Everybody understand this? Not saying it's permissible for a woman, to travel without mahram at 60, but it's a difference. 60 is not 45. 70 is not what? Everybody understand this? You might be a 74-year-old woman. Nah, you don't think it's 74. And the law is our witness. We've seen these things. We were at the conference. The sister asked the question. She was 74 years old. She's from another country. She says, is it permissible for me not to wear the hijab? I have on a hat. I have on a loose jacket, so on and so forth. Kada wa kada. She said, just for the information, I'm 74. Wallahi, she didn't look like she was 74. It wasn't lusting over her. We're just being truthful, being honest, okay? You sitting there, someone walks up to you, asks you a question, you're going to see what they look like. Everybody understand this? So the Prophet ﷺ, his wisdom was what? Sharif? His wisdom was what? Was concrete. Everybody clear on this? So therefore, a woman who's 45, I don't see any difference between a woman who's 20 with regards to protection, fitna, honor, so on and so forth. Wallahu ta'ala alam. Next question says, and I'll make the initials once again, A-H. Salaam alaikum. If someone asks for money that owed to them in harsh manner, is this okay? I don't remember where, but I do remember reading that the Prophet allowed this. Is this true? Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. If someone owes you money, you request them to give you your money. Period. Unless the person has a hard time paying back the money for obvious reasons. They're a religious person, pious person. They're not a crook, not a liar, not a thief, not a cheat, but it's just difficult. Allah mentions that if the person is having a difficulty to paying back the debt, ذو عسرة فنظرة إلى ميسرة وأن تصدقوا خير لكم إن كنتم تعلمون. Allah says it's best that you give them respite, give them some more time, and it's even better to let it go. Don't even worry about it. Bismillah. Tfaddal. La bas. That's better if you only but what? Only but no. Then Allah says, وَاتَّقُوا يَوْمًا تُرْجَعُونَ فِيهِ إِلَى اللَّهِ. Fear a day in which you will return to Allah. I don't think it's an accident or coincidence that verse came right after that verse. Fear a day in which you will what? Return to Allah. And perhaps Allah will forgive you, will pardon you, will overlook your shortcomings because you helped out someone else. It's alright. Don't even worry about it. La bas. I'm sorry, Sheikh. Please forgive me. It's alright. Jazakallahu khairan. Buy your daughter buy your wife a gift. Buy your family some food. La bas. Everybody understand this? And this is one of the harms of riba as well. Is that riba is breaking your brother's back. You should give the brother the loan without making him pay more and pay extra. If he had the fluidity and the affluence or affluence or whatever you want to say of the money, he wouldn't be asking you in the beginning. So just pay me back what you owe me, Sheikh. That's it. Whenever you get a chance, inshallah. Jazakallahu khairan. Obviously, this ruling is not for everybody. There's some people who do lie, who do cheat, who do steal, who play games, and you may have to take another approach to getting your money. You understand, Sharif? Tayyib, assalamu alaikum, Mufti. What are you doing on my doorstep for Fajr? I didn't know you were here. Everybody understand this? Well, how can that? You may have to take other means to get your what? Get your money. Wallahu alam. As far as the Prophet being asked in a harsh manner, then there are hadith in which the Bedouin man came to the Messenger of Allah sallallahu, more than one hadith, disrespecting his honor, alayhi salatu wasalam. One hadith says that the Bedouin man grabbed his collar and almost choked him until he left a mark on his neck. And he said, oh, Muhammad, give me the money that Allah is giving you. Just like that. Wallahu alam. Moving forward. The next questioner's initials NB. Is it impermissible for a brother to give his wife a gift or take her out on their wedding anniversary, vice versa? Last Friday, we were speaking on Western holidays in light of the Kitab and Sunnah. please go back to that lecture. Me personally, at this time, I wouldn't say that it's haram to give your wife a gift on the day in which you married. I can't necessarily say that's haram. Next questioner is initials R.A. Assalamu alaikum, Ustad. You are truly a gem. Wa alaikum assalam. May Allah bless you, allow you to continue to benefit, and hide our faults and shortcomings from your eyes. Questioner, last but not least, initials M.A. Islamic history is largely unknown to Muslims and the wider society. Most of its knowledge is stored in scholarly works. What does the religion say about presenting it to general society through? I don't necessarily agree with that. That Islamic history is totally unknown or widely unknown to most people. In general, Islamic history is pretty known. And it's one of the most discussed things. The Moors in Spain, Everybody understand this? The conquest of North Africa, Iraq, Egypt, Baghdad, how Islam is spread through the Sahara, etc. The seerah of the Prophet. It's pretty discussed issues, especially in 2016. That's right. Islam spread by the sword, as he said. Everybody understand this? I don't think that it's largely unknown like that. Some detailed things, yes. Many things, yes. But in general, as a whole, every Muslim has a general idea. Islam started where? In the Middle East, Arabia, in general. Then from there it spread to other countries. Everybody understand this? The Khulafa, Abu Bakr, Umar, then Uthman and Ali, so on and so forth. There are some things and many things that many Muslims don't know about. Okay, at the end of the day, knowledge is to be given in two levels. Number one, a general basic level. Number two, a detailed advanced level. And not a level, but a concept of need, haja. Three things you mentioned. Number one is a general level. Every Muslim should know the basics of seerah and the basics of Islamic history. Every Muslim. The basics. The basics. Where Islam started. What is the date and the common era in which the Prophet was born. What century. The general things. Everybody understand this? The Khulafa al-Arba. The four Khulafa. When they lived. What happened. The different legacies, dynasties. In general. Everybody understand this? In general. Then we have the detailed knowledge. The Muslims who are students of knowledge or students of an Islamic institute, those who are going to the next level of ilm, they should know the seerah in detail. Even if they don't specialize in it. But they can't just know the general vague things. They have to know about seerah. Especially those who give da'wah. As one of my teachers told me in Islamic University of Medina, the student of knowledge must have detailed knowledge of the seerah. Because your da'wah is supposed to be based off of the seerah. When the Muslims were weak, when the Muslims were kada, when the Muslims were kada, when this happened, when this woman, this man, this battle. Because that's what you're basing your da'wah off of. A drunkard comes to the masjid. You're comparing it to what happened in the Prophet's time. The Muslims being killed. You compare it to what? I understand this. The Muslims are few in number. How can that? And then we have a need. When someone asks a specific question about the seerah. Is it true that Ali radiallahu anhu and Aisha fought? Is it true that the Muslims went to this country? Is it true, Kala? I read this. That's different. Those things only come up upon need, when there's a specific question about it. Wallahu ta'ala a'lam.
Question I ask, is it sunnah to wait 3 months to announce a pregnancy?
Question says, is it sunnah to wait 3 months to announce a pregnancy? I don't know of anything from the sunnah regarding this issue. I've never read, heard, or been taught any hadith about this. Allahu a'lam.
Question I ask, could you please go over the ruling for vomiting? Is it najasa? Does it break your wudu or your fast?
Question says, can you please go over the ruling of vomiting? Is it najis, break your wudu, make you break your fast, etc.? To summarize things, to keep them in brief summary, vomit is not najis, number one. Number two, it does not break your wudu. Number three, it does not break your fast unless you intentionally regurgitate it, unless you make yourself spit up. Wallahu alam. That's in bikhtisar shadid, severe summary. Wallahu alam. we'll stop here tonight. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala surely knows best. Jazakumullahu khairan.